Hello again, chat. How are we doing on this Wednesday evening? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you had a good beginning to your week. We are, of course, watching episode 8 of X-Men 97. The second to last, the penultimate, the we're almost fucking done episode. Only one more after this one. And then when we're done with that, we have to talk about this absolutely crazy box office and all the freaking money Spider-Man is making. Holy shit. Then we got a little bit more discussion on what's happening on Disney Plus. And there's an interview that Feige did. We might get into a bit. I haven't decided yet. But that's the basics. What we're doing tonight. So fill your cup, light your smoke, and pull up your Disney Plus. Because it's time to get nerdy. Well, hello. How is everyone doing? I hope you are well. I am tired. Seriously, though. How's everyone doing? You guys doing good? You ready to watch some X-Men 97? You ready to talk some nerdy news? Anybody? Bueller? Got Brooke and Spicy Dan and Executive Judge all up in the chat already. Hello. Hello to you. Hello to any lurkers. Hello to replay people. Thank you and welcome. If you'd all be so kind as to hit the like. And if you're new, also hit the subscribe and the bell. Pretty please and thank you. I would greatly appreciate it. So what's up, y'all? Anything fun? Looks like Brooke busy catching up on some work. That's always sucky. Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. That's always sucky. Spicy Dan is either playing Rivals or playing with his pepper. I don't know what Executive Judge is doing. Passing judgment, I guess. Me, I'm just sitting here being bald, middle-aged, and yapping into this here microphone about the nerdy stuff that we love. Hast thou pulled up thine Disney Pluses yet, chat? We gotta talk about Brand New Day, but we'll wait till done with the episode. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, we'll definitely be talking about it. Any thoughts on the movie that have occurred to you since the weekend? Definitely got to talk about all the damn money it's making. It's crazy how much money this fucking movie's making. Absolutely crazy. Excuse me, guys. Bear with me a bit, chat. That's what we needed. All right, chat. Bear with me. I'm helping my kids. Whoopsie! What the fuck had just happened there? Oh, that's what happened. My pinky or my fingies was out of position. Do 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 do. Good. Sweet. Got it. Okay. Cool. All right. Yep. Had to help the problem. Had to help the problem for the kids. At least with these kids, I cannot say fuck them kids. Not these kids. All right. Where was I? Damn it! Why didn't anyone else gamble after Dan just rolled that big old fucking? Screw it. We ball. There we go. Need a drinky of the agua. I might be finishing this agua and grabbing a pop. Oh, sweet. I still won. Yay. All right. Chat, have you pulled up your Disney Plus? You need to be cheer. And then we're going to click cheer. How does that look? Oh, that's right, because I didn't want that shit showing, but then it looks weird. Yeah, whatever. Anywho, get there. Right here. And then right here. Oops. Yeah, I'm just fucking around. Because I'm super good at retention. That's fucking funny. Well, chat, I am always grateful for you to be here, even if you're not actually chatting much. Cool, because you're here, you're hanging. We're going to start the episode no later than 20 after. So in about 6 minutes, it's friggin' go time. 6 minutes for stragglers to show up. Wait, is Josh still going on fucking Warhammer stream? I don't think there's... too many of the basement crew that are also into Warhammer, but not. Yeah, no, he does. He was doing plenty of that. Why is YouTube being so weird? Don't be weird. I don't like it when you're weird. Steady. Still. 5 more minutes for people to roll in. And then we're getting going. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm going to watch this episode, talk about some stuff, and then fucking be done. Don't worry, I'm not going to shortchange you, though. We'll yap. We will definitely yap. But on the flip side, I don't necessarily want to go 3 hours this time. But we'll see how it goes. It'll be what it'll be. We'll be here as long as we're here. Because that's the essence of chilling in the basement. You're just hanging out and yapping and having fun and talking about dope shit. And burping. Excuse me. Pardon me again. I need to wipe my glass. I understand it's in a cat's nature to rub on things to mark its territory, but I wish they'd leave my fucking microphone alone. Really wish they'd leave my fucking microphone alone. But none of it ends up getting in my mouth, so that's a bonus. Pause. Yeah, well. Yeah, well. Do, 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 do. You know what, chat? Y'all are pretty cool. Even when you're quiet, you're cool. You know why you're cool? First, you're just good people. Second, you choose to hang out here. And third, you're still cool people. You are cool people. You are good people. And I appreciate you all. Very, very much. All right. 2 minute. Ooh, 1 minute. So get your pluses up. Pause. And proceed to this screen on your Disney Plus. You gotta click Disney Plus, then you gotta click Marvel, then you gotta click X-Men 97. There's a lot of clicking involved, chat. But I believe in you. You can power through. And then we'll be clicking here. All right. Brooke's ready. How about the rest of you? Oh, you know what? Let me take this opportunity to explain something if you're new and are planning on watching the episode along with us. I have ads. It's annoying, but it's true. I have ads. So if you do not have ads, this is how you will be able to stick with us for the most part. When an ad pops up, I will say, ad. You will pause if you don't have ads. When the ad is over, I will say we're back. And at that point, if you don't have ads, you will hit play. We skip no intros. We skip no title cards. We skip no recaps. We skip nothing. We hit play. And the only pausing that happens is for those of you without ads when I say ad. Cool? Cool. All right. My cord was all twisted. All right. Get your mouse arrow over the episode. Get your finger over the episode. You know, be ready to click or tap or whatever it is you got to do to start the thing depending on what you're watching on. But it's time for episode 8. The second to last episode. The penultimate episode if you want to get fancy with the vocabulary. So here we go. We're clicking. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it. Ad. Excuse me. Well, the first commercial is for a company I've seen plenty, but at least it was a different scenario and different actors. All right, here we go. We're back. Disney title card. Let's do this. we go, baby. Yeah. That theme will never not be dope. Ocean flashback. This is tender. We have already started slack ass. Oh shit. Damn, I haven't played live poker in forever. He's gonna drop four of a kind. Uh-oh. The purpose is probably to blow shit up. Cable. Cable. Who does he sound like? Add. Mm. Video game commercial. A commercial for the tourism of state of Ohio. And as a Michigander, I have one thing to say about this. Fuck Ohio. No, at least it's another new actress and scenario. Same fucking company though. Another fucking online casino commercial. Oh, we're back. That's my apocalypse skull face. Cerebra instead of Cerebro now? Alright. Louisiana. Agent Contreras. Nice little echo going on there. Oh, shit. Okay, did not see him converting other people coming. I guess I was mistaken thinking that was just an apocalypse ability. Damn, homing card. Yes, let us not forget Nathan is insanely powered. Only thing keeping him in check is that techno virus. Add, because that's the only way he survives. Oops, what the fuck? Don't you dare. Mm-hmm. Stop doing that. Woohoo! I won again. Car commercial. Another damn online casino commercial. You ever watch an ad and wonder how the fuck the marketing company that made it got paid? And we're back. Yeah, you tell him, Storm. How the hell are we supposed to tell that Nightcrawler's any different? His eyes were already red and his skin is already blue. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, I remember the external now. Damn. Eh, that was a quick landing. Storm knows how to just drop lines, bro. Okay. I did not recognize the character Morph turned into. I like the Nightcrawler point of view, though. Nope. Professor X got his ult interrupted. Oh, that's right, because his eyes are normally yellow. I'm dumb. Add. Another fucking online casino ad. Oh, what have we here? Oh, online doctor ad. And we're back. They're gonna deal with that eternity jewel in her chest? Maybe next episode? Oh, look at there. Alright. Little enemy of my enemy is my friend. They pissed you off. They pissed us off. Let's all hang out together kind of thing. Okay. Alright. Oh, wow. God, it means bit rate is 0. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so, bro. Are you guys having trouble hearing me? Or is YouTube lying to my ass? What do you guys think? Again, for me, good, but not great. Like outside of those two, that Apocalypse 2-parter, this season has not been like even super close to season 1 yet in terms of oomph, quality. ability to grab me and be like, "You must watch." A lot less of that this season. And there's only one reason for it. Oh, don't work there no more. Definitely, at least I can. I don't know about y'all, but I can definitely feel the difference between Bo and no Bo. Jameo. I'm gonna grab a pop. Alright. Oh, now it's not griping about my audio bit rate. Now it's just talking about the total bit rate being higher than recommended. Are things weird? Is, like anything crackly? Or, I don't know. Or anything weird besides my face? Of course, that shouldn't have to go without saying because my face always looks weird. Come on, catch up. Here we go. All right. All right. Well, I'm hoping for a great deal of fireworks in the finale next week. Personally, I think it's necessary. Like, they need it. They need some bombasticness in this finale. Because the season's been cool, but it needs to get closer to that bar that season 1 set. At least that. Don't get me wrong. I am enjoying the season. It is good. Just saying I enjoyed season 1 more and it was great. So we shall see in 7 days how they cap this season off. See if they deal with the Eternity Stone or whatever the fuck they took from the External, or Gambit took from the External and put on Rogue. Or in this case, no, at least right now it's in her. Pause. Yeah, so they gotta deal with that. Obviously, X-Force and X-Factor are teaming up now because everyone's pissed at the X-Men. Gotta love it when you piss everybody off and they decide to unite against you. That always goes well. Yeah, they need. Hopefully they brought it. I would say they need to bring it, but it's not like they're in the process of making the next episode. Hopefully they brought it in this last episode. You'll find out in a week. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, chat. Only a couple things I'm going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about what's happening with Disney Plus, and then we're going to talk about Spider-Man rolling in the dough. Yep. So let us begin with what's happening on Disney Plus. as we talked about on Saturday, Wonder Man Season 2 got canceled, and that combined with other Blacklet projects being on indefinite hiatus or canceled or what have you, led to a bit of a kerfluffle. As I talked about, I'm not going, I'm not going all the way back into my rant for Saturday. I'm just going to sum that up and say, yeah, the optics are us. There's no getting around that. The optics are us. But it's not down to racism. Especially when it concerns Wonder Man. Because Destin Daniel Cretton, god damn it, not Daniel Destin Daniel Cretton, has been talking about the situation. And one of the things he said was that Feige loved Wonder Man, and that it was not Feige's call to cancel Wonder Man. Oh, really? Well, one of two things is true, and one of them is almost guaranteed to not be true. The one that is pretty much guaranteed to not be true is Winterbaum was given some carte blanche by Feige to make decisions, and this was Brad Winterbaum's decision, head of Marvel Television and Animation, in case you were wondering who that is. Unlikely. Actually, virtually impossible considering how Kevin runs his ship. There's no fucking way in hell Winterbaum went off on his own and canceled this bitch. So if Destin is being accurate, and who knows, there could be shenanigans. But if he's being accurate, and Feige loved Wonder Man, and Feige himself had no plans to cancel Wonder Man, that means the decision came from above Kev with the mouse. Now, why would the mouse cancel season 2 of a show that was highly regarded by both critics and the people that watched it, even though there weren't that many of them, and that was, nominated for Emmys, nominated for awards, a high quality show to those who watched it, to those who managed to make it through it. Like, it has plenty of accolades. Not a lot of viewership, but plenty of fucking accolades. Seems like the kind of show a lot of studios would be like, okay, yeah, a lot of people didn't watch it, but like it's got all this shit going for it. So let's roll. Fuck it, we ball. That's what they said in March when they announced season 2. But to all appearances, at least, barring, behind the scenes shenanigans and machinations and all that kind of good shit that happens in Hollywood studios, this was a Disney call. Why would Disney do this? Well, do y'all recall in one of Bob Iger's last shareholder calls, he said that Marvel and Disney Plus in general would be cutting back on the amount of original content that they're going to put out. Way back. Now, this was said in 2024. And then in 2025, Marvel did a product dump. We got 8 fucking projects. It was going to be 9, but then they pushed Wonder Man to January of this year. But it was going to be 9. 3 movies, 3 shows, live action, and 3 animated. We all know what the movies were. Brave New World, Thunderbolt, Fantastic Four. Animated shows. Eyes of Wakanda. What were the other 2? X-Men 97, season? No. Did we get? No, we got that in 24. Marvel Zombies, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And then we were supposed to get 3 live action shows. Daredevil Born Again, Wonder Man, but that got pushed. And shit, I had it and I lost it. I said Daredevil, Wonder Man. What the fuck was the 3rd live action show last year? Holy brain fart, chat. What the fuck? Wow, I still cannot actually think of it. And what the shit was it? Wonder Man? Daredevil? I got Google because holy fuck. I cannot believe I cannot remember. Ironheart. Okay, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Daredevil, Ironheart, and then it was supposed to be Wonder Man, but that got pushed. So when that happened, it made what Iger said in 2024 seem like we're goddamn ridiculous. Because fucking 9 projects in 1 year changed to 8. And you're talking about cutting way the fuck back. It was just stupid. Like dropping 9 projects the year after you say, oh, big cutbacks are coming, quality over quantity, and then for the next 12 months we got quantity. Some quality mixed in, but it was mostly quantity. Now I do understand that shit was always in the can and had been in the can, some of it for quite a while. So they're like, fuck it. It's already made. We're just going to put this shit out, get it over with, and done. I understand that logic. I don't think it was the best idea because it made what Iger said look ridiculous. But they did it. And some of us watched all of it. Some of us watched most of it. I watched all the 2025 shit. I tapped out on Wonder Man after 2 episodes because I don't give a fuck about the struggles of an actor in Hollywood. This is supposed to be a superhero show. Where's my superhero shit? So that was a hard no. But now, Wonder Man's been canceled. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but after Vision Quest this fall, there's only going to be 1 live action Marvel show that's continuing. Daredevil Born Again. Guess how many shows are in production right now? Live action. Other than Daredevil. How many more? I'll tell you how many more. 0. There are no other live action shows in production for Marvel other than Daredevil Born Again. Now, if you'll recall, last week, I think it was, or the week before the news came out, well, first they announced a Nova project. Then they were like, it's going to be a movie. Then they're like, oh no, it's going to be a show. Well, within the last week or so, it is now a movie, officially. It's been announced as a movie. Cool. And then it was just reported that the Champions show and the Strange Academy show there's strong consideration that those are now going to become movies. Noticing a pattern here, chat? We have one active show, live action Marvel show, 0 in production, and 3 of the things that have been announced as being shows are all probably going to end up as movies. And by the way, that is not limited to just Marvel. Star Wars. Guess how many live action shows that has in production currently? 1. Ahsoka Season 2. Guess how many are going to go in production after Ahsoka Season 2 as it stands right now? 0. So while everyone's freaking out over at Marvel, they're not. These people are not paying attention. People are just not paying attention to what's going on. This is not a racial thing. This is a business thing. This is them finally getting around after a way overstuffed 2025 product dump to doing what Iger said that they're going to do, which is cut way the fuck back on Disney Plus content. Why? 1, it's a fucking money pit. And 2, they finally figured out that brand dilution is a thing. That you can literally have too much of a good thing. Kids find that out when they eat themselves sick on Halloween candy. That was the case with both Star Wars and Marvel. They're just pumping out shit and pumping out shit, pumping out shit just to have stuff out there for people to watch. And the majority of that shit was not up to par to varying degrees. Some of it was mid. Some of it was crap. But most of it was that mid to crap. You only had a couple standouts here and there under either franchise. Matter of fact, Marvel's had more standouts on the animation side than on the live action side. But regardless, way too much shit under both those banners on Disney Plus. So now, finally, after it being announced by Bob Iger in 2024, and then a product dump in 2025, which made Iger's claims again look fucking ridiculous. We are now to the point where there is next to nothing in the pipeline, and they're fucking keeping it that way. The plan that was announced 2 years ago is only just now finally being enacted because they finally got their pipeline to the point where it could be. And again, it's not just a Marvel thing. It's a Star Wars thing too. This is a Disney Plus thing. Now, are they going to stop making original content for Marvel and Star Wars in live action on Disney Plus? No. But they are 100% sure as shit not going to make anywhere near as much of it as they used to, which is good. If they want to spend a shit ton of money on Marvel and Star Wars, do it in the theater. Star Wars made its bones in the theater. The Marvel Cinematic, which equals theaters, universe made its bones in the theater. They are now going to spend more and allocate more resources to where it should be for these franchises, which is the theater. And even then, the mandate did include cutting back on movies too. Just so you know. Now we're only getting one movie next year from Marvel. That'd be Secret Wars. Feige announced that after Comic-Con. Like, nope, nothing between the two. And we're getting one Star Wars movie next year in the form of Starfighter. And then on Disney Plus, for Marvel, Daredevil Born Again Season 3. For Star Wars, Ahsoka Season 2. One movie, one show. Live action. That's it. That's all there really should be. So that, chat, is what's happening with Disney Plus. It's not an attack on black characters or black projects. Even though once you stack it up, the optics are crap. There's no arguing that. But that is not what's happening. This is not an attack on any specific type of show. This is not an attack on any one brand. If anything, this is an attack on wasteful spending. That's what this is an attack on. It's an attack on wasteful spending. It's an attack on brand dilution. It's an attack. I had a third one just a second ago. It's an attack on lack of quality. It's an attack on mediocre. That's what it's an attack. Nothing more, nothing less. It's an attack on bad business. That's what's being attacked. So expect a lot more less on Disney Plus going forward. So that's that, chat. What do you think? Should they be cutting back this much on Disney Plus? Would you want more shit on Disney Plus than what it looks like we're going to get? What do you think? Oh yeah, how'd you like it, Executive Judge? That finale ain't going to be pretty? I hope not. Well, I want it to be pretty awesome. But yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, they do it right. It's about to get knuckin' butts. More movies, less shows, says Brooke. Excuse me. Even my guitar trying to keep up with all the shows. Yes, that's another thing, man. It's an attack on the necessity of fucking homework. Thank you for bringing that up. Should have been obvious to me. But anyone that knows me will not be surprised that I overlooked the obvious. Best episode of the season yet? Okay. I don't agree, but I'm not gonna bag on you for it because it wasn't a shit episode. To me, it was just good. These are the Apocalypse episodes that are tops for me. Episodes 3 and 4. We've heard from people who saw the finale early that it's really good. Oh, good. Because at least for me, it needs to be really, really, really good. The season overall has not been as good as the first one for me. And I personally, firmly believe that's because there's no Bo. I don't know what it is about his writing. Because I am quite sure the people in that writer's room are not without talent. And if they were, the show would suck, and it does not suck. whatever it is, instincts, flair, edge, whatever the characteristic is that separates Bo from them, he has it and they don't, and it's coming through in the show for me. So, any further thoughts on the Disney Plus thing and what shit's probably going to look like going forward? What do you think, chat? All right. Well, let us move on. We are going to now go through a Variety article, which consists of an interview with one Kevin Feige, also known as the Hat Man, also known as White Suge Knight, also known as the greatest producer of all time. This interview is conducted by Rebecca Rubin. I'm familiar with the name. She's been doing this shit a minute. So let's see what the Hat Man had to say. They talk about all kinds of fun stuff. This came out on Monday. So let's bear that in mind when it comes to some of the numbers. The headline is Kevin Feige on brand new day breaking records, Sadie Sink's reveal, and Tom Holland getting a restful victory lap before a potential Spider-Man 5. Kevin Feige can't stop breaking his own box office benchmarks. As the president of Marvel Studios and architect of the sprawling, ultra-successful Marvel Cinematic Universe, Feige is now responsible for the 4 biggest opening weekends in history. 4. All Marvel. Suck it, cinephiles. Marvel pays the fucking bills. Anyway, his latest record-setting blockbuster is Spider-Man Brand New Day, which collected a dizzying $360 million in its domestic debut, just domestic, and supplanted 2019's Avengers Endgame at $357 million as the biggest opening weekend ever. Yes, it was only by $3 million, but a Spider-Man movie beat motherfucking Endgame domestically. Not worldwide, but domestically. That's crazy. Beating Endgame on any level, monetarily, is crazy. We continue. To get a sense of the size and scale of the accomplishment, the third and fourth largest launches, 2021's Spider-Man No Way Home with 260, in 2018, Avengers Infinity War with 257. That's funny. Spider-Man. No Way Home beat Infinity War by 3 million, and now Brand New Day beats Endgame by 3 million. That's funny. That's hilarious. Spider-Man No Way Home beats Infinity War by 3 million, and then Brand New Day beats Endgame by 3 million. You know what? George Lucas would say that's like poetry. It rhymes. That's kind of fun, though. Yep. So I'm going to start that sentence over since I digressed right in the middle of it. To get a sense of the size and scale of the accomplishment, the third and fourth largest launches, No Way Home with 260, Infinity War 257, earned $100 million less to start, and still became two of the highest grossing movies of all time. All that's to say, there's no telling where Spider-Man Brand New Day, the 38th installment in the MCU, Jesus Christ, 38 movies in 18 years. That's a little insane. Will wind up by the end of its theatrical run. With $932 million globally after 3 days in theaters, the Tom Holland-led superhero adventure will cross $1 billion at a near-record clip and should climb to $2 billion in no time. Well, so that 932 global opening is second only to Endgame. Endgame did 1.2 billion. So just under 300 million more globally. But 3 million less domestically. And by the way, it crossed $1 billion yesterday, I believe. Like the next day, I'm pretty sure it crossed $1 billion. It was either yesterday or today, but it has crossed $1 billion. We continue. It's overwhelming, frankly, to find ourselves in this position on a Monday morning, says Feige, in the very best way. Brand New Day, Holland's fourth solo outing as Spider-Man, follows the aftermath of the titular web-slinger's pivotal decision in No Way Home to erase his identity from the world in order to salvage the multiverse. He's still fighting crime, but Marvel's friendly neighborhood hero is seriously struggling without his pals by his side and with a mysterious entity threatening New York City. Pals being Zendaya and Jacob Batalon, the CEO of Sex, and the mysterious entity, Sadie Sink. After a historic weekend at the box office, Feige spoke to Variety about Tom Holland's enduring popularity as Peter Parker, Sink's grand MCU debut, and what the success of Brand New Day means for December's epic crossover event, Avengers Doomsday. Question. Prior to this weekend, did you ever think another movie could open to more than 300 million? After all, Avengers Endgame, the only other movie to achieve those initial heights, was the culmination of 22 interconnected films. Kevin responds, I didn't, for all the reasons I don't think anyone did, because of COVID, because of the beating that theatrical took for so long. But once the bar had been raised, it could be raised again, right? The first movie to ever cross $100 million over opening weekend was Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. The first to cross $150 million in one weekend was Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. So Spider-Man was leading the charge from jump. And the first to $200 million was the first Avengers. And then, of course, the first to $300 million was Endgame. We did think that things could increase, but the past 5 or 6 years didn't necessarily feel like that was the case. That's a long-winded way of saying I did not expect Endgame's record to be beat, but I couldn't be happier that it was beat this past weekend by our 38th MCU movie. Question. The debuts of Brand New Day and Endgame are $100 million above the next biggest opening weekend. How did this movie rise to that level of popularity? Feige responds, it's a testament to Destin Daniel Cretton, Tom Holland, and Amy Pascal. We stop including her. And Sony Pictures chairman Tom Rothman for letting us do this 4 times now, working to bring Spidey to the screen. Okay, I suppose insofar as letting Marvel use Spider-Man, yes, Pascal and Rothman are cool for that. All right, anyway, even though they're bending Marvel over to do it, they're still doing it. It's a testament to what Stan Lee and Steve Ditko created all those years ago. People can write about changing tastes, but as characters that grow and evolve through the decades, there are none better than the Marvel characters, and none better than Peter Parker. When you find an actor like Tom Holland to bring that character to life, it is the magic formula. Question. It's hard to imagine Tom Holland ever departing the role. Are there plans to make another Spider-Man movie with him? Kevin says, there are always plans. Right now he's going to rest after that global tour. he and Zendaya are going to take a good and restful victory lap, which they very much deserve. But of course, they're going to make another Spider-Man movie with him. And then they're going to make another one after that because he signed on for 5 and 6. Like, this is not news. I don't know why people are still playing coy about this shit. Question: why did you want to keep Sadie Sink's casting a secret? It's purely about creating the best possible opening weekend experience for the audience. Sadie's character is one that our fans know has immense significance within the Marvel Universe, and she plays a key role in the future of the MCU. I'm just happy that the secret is finally out and that Sadie can stop dodging the question. How does Brand New Day set up the MCU moving forward? For people who've seen Brand New Day, they know the storyline leads us into more Spider-Man films and into the future of the MCU. And I think we're still in spoiler territory because the movie only just came out, but it leads into another very well-known Marvel franchise created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. And of course, he's referring to the introduction of Sadie Sink as Jean Grey and the X-Men. There was a time when superhero movies couldn't miss at the box office. What have you learned from recent hits and misses in the genre? I can only speak to Brand New Day, and audiences responded to a movie that's well crafted and well made. Way to duck that one, Kev. They don't always do that. See Thunderbolt. When they do, it's a nice reminder that success builds success. The Odyssey, Toy Story 5, and all the great movies that have been in theaters this year reminds people there's nothing like a shared experience. There's nothing like a moment for the whole globe to come together. All right, speaking of people coming together to go watch a movie. Spider-Man Brand New Day is what happens when your 4-quadrant IP actually makes a movie that speaks to all 4 quadrants. This is what 4-quadrant entertainment looks like, and this is the results that 4-quadrant entertainment can get when you actually do it in a way that will actually appeal to all 4 fucking quadrants. Want to get that up. Oh, wow. Rebecca Rubin, not letting it go. With some of the recent misses, though, it feels like audiences are getting tired of more of the same story. Do you agree? You know what? I respect her for not fucking, like, just moving on from the subject and being a little softball interviewer. I respect that. She came back with more of the talking about the misses. Well done. Many things can be true at once. I think last year's Fantastic Four looked and sounded like nothing that had been done in a superhero movie before, and it only grossed $521 million. Brand New Day is very directly up Part 4. It picks up right after the events of No Way Home, and yet it tells a story that resonates. It's ultimately about loneliness and the dangers of staying in our apartments by ourselves, looking at our phones. That resonates across cultures and across the globe right now. Yeah, a lot of us, myself included, a lot of the time, need to spend more time touching grass. Just in general. All right. What does the excitement for Brand New Day mean for Doomsday in December? For Avengers Doomsday and X-Men, it bodes very well. When a shared universe works, these are the results. Okay. Biggest takeaways. Spider-Man is making a fuck ton of money. Tom Holland's going to go on a break, at least from Marvel. He'll probably make some more indie shit. Yeah. Pussyfooting around. She's fucking Jean, and the X-Men are coming. We all know this motherfucker. Okay. All right. Any thoughts, questions, or concerns about what we went over in that article? Which basically means Spider-Man's making all the money and the future, and Kev thinks the future looks bright. See you, chat. Hey, Dan, you won one. And here's another little tidbit about all the monies. And we talked about how made 9, whatever the fuck it was, over the weekend. And then we have talked about how it's already cracked a billy. Now check this shit out. Okay, yeah, so it hit a billion global yesterday. I think it's at like 1.1 or 1.2 already. Check this shit out. Spider-Man Brand New Day crossed the 700 million mark at the international box office yesterday. 150 alone from China. It's now tracking to surpass the $1 billion milestone just overseas this coming weekend. Now, mind you, this 700, it's already over $1 billion right now because this 700 million is paired with like 300 and some odd million, probably 4 now. And that's probably more than 7 because this was as of yesterday. This tweet's from today. So it's already passed $1 billion in total. And is going to pass $1 billion in just the overseas side of things this fucking weekend. At least it's tracked. Which means we're probably looking at around 1.5 or so after the weekend. Now, some people I've seen out there are positing that it could cross the 2 billion this weekend. I personally don't see that happening. I can see it getting, pretty close, 1.5 to 1.7. I don't think it's going to hit 2 billion this weekend. It damn sure will in weekend 3. That I firmly believe. Now this is out there. I've said it live here. And it's out there on the Twitter. A few weeks back, I called 1.9 to 2.3 total. Even tweeted about it a few days ago. This movie's definitely going to hit 2 billion by the time this run is over. It's just a question of how much more. Again, I put the ceiling at 2.3. But things to consider. 1, it's getting IMAX screens this weekend. IMAX has literally booted the Odyssey off of some screens. And it's giving some to Spider-Man. Not a shit ton. But some. So Spider-Max is going to get IMAX money this weekend. That's going to help. And then just going forward, it has jack squat for competition. I mean, the Odyssey in weekend 3 got this. There ain't shit coming up that can touch Spider-Man. Nothing. So, not only is it going to get a boost from IMAX this weekend, the lack of competition means this thing could leg out till fucking mid or late September. Potentially. Could possibly leg out for 7 to 8 weeks. Yeah, it is only select. It's not a lot of them. What up, Icarus? But yeah, this movie is going to clear $2 billion. How much did Endgame do? Is it 2.3? Oh no, 2.8. My bad. I don't think we're going to get quite to 2.8 with Spider-Man. Spider-Man is still going to come in second to Endgame and Global, both opening weekend in total. Damn, 2.799. That's fucking, yeah, just call it 2. But I can see it cracking the ceiling I gave it. When I watch it on VMAX screens, only if you bring the tape. You got to bring the Scotch tape. Give it that lived-in look. Give it character. Imagine how much No Way Home could have made if it was in China too. Oh yeah, what No Way Home get? 1.9? Yeah, probably 2.2. With China, I'd say another 300 milli easy. Yeah, No Way Home probably would have hit 2.2, or maybe even a little bit more if it had China. This movie do be having China. It's already got 150 million from China. Yeah, Spider-Man is making all the money, and it looks like it's going to continue making all the money for quite some time. It's freaking amazing. Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, too bad those movies weren't better. That's kind of a bummer. I mean, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 still cracked like 800 million, but kind of one of those Thor Love and Thunder situations where people realized too late what Love and Thunder wasn't good, but it still made 700 million before people figured that out. Or I should say before enough people figured that out. Oh shit. It's at 1.155 right now, chat. Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's already out gross. What Captain America Civil War, aka Avengers 2.5 made. That's another fun fact. Now we had made 300 and some odd million this weekend. Next weekend, domestically, it's tracking right now to do 155 to 180 in one weekend domestically. As a comparison point, Supergirl made 126 globally over its entire run. Brand New Day is now tracking to do just here 155 to 180 in one weekend. It is currently made more overseas in 6 days, 7 days, in a week than Superman did its entire run globally, total. Just overseas totals for Spider-Man. Superman's entire global run. Smaller. Yeah, 126 million. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Brand New Day had the biggest Tuesday of all time at the domestic box office. Made 42 million just yesterday. And just here. The movie wasn't good, but that bad. If you're talking about Supergirl, no. Supergirl did not does not, at least for me, Supergirl does not deserve the shellacking it took because it's done. Honestly, the Marvels didn't deserve the shellacking it took. I mean, again, it was not a good movie, but it was not a complete dumpster fire either. So neither of those two movies deserved what they got. They didn't deserve a whole hell of a lot more, but they did deserve more. So yeah, one day, 42 million just here. Oh, yep. Yep. It's across 1.1 billion as of yesterday. Tomorrow we'll find out how much more it made today. It's officially the highest grossing film of the year after inside of a week. And it's just going to keep climbing. Quick aside, the first trailer for Doomsday is the most viewed trailer for a film releasing this year on YouTube right now. Marvels came out at a really bad time. Yeah, the timing didn't help either. That is one of the reasons that it did so poorly was timing. First things that came out right as the strikes were ending. Well, that didn't help either, but the biggest reason is people were sick of Marvel's bullshit. That's the biggest thing that killed it. And I don't mean the chuds. I mean the Marvel fandom in general was sick of Marvel's bullshit, so they're like, fuck this movie. Yeah. Yeah, there was a few different factors. Strikes were a factor, which means they couldn't. The actors couldn't be out promoting. That didn't help much. Although, well, depends on how you want to look at it. It, it was probably bad that Iman couldn't be out promoting because she's just so fun. It's probably not a bad thing that Brie couldn't. Since it went so well with her during the end of the Infinity Saga. That was sarcasm. It went poorly. She yapped too much and pissed people off. And People were being petty about that shit, so that didn't help either. Yeah. So that's it, chat. Spider-Man's making all the money. I am 100% positive it will crack $2 billion total by the time it's all said and done. Fuck you. I think as for now, I'm going to stick with my ceiling, my predicted ceiling of 2.3. But I will also not be surprised if I guess low. At the rate this thing's rolling. Now, I guess one last question, chat, before we go. This is my final question. I have been saying for a hot minute now, month or so, that Spider-Man is going to make more than Doomsday. I put Doomsday at 1.4 to 1.7. Mostly because while the Avengers are a massive name, they're not quite Spider-Man level. Nobody is. And a lot of the baggage attached to Doomsday, somehow Spider-Man is Teflon when it comes to Marvel baggage. But I am really starting to wonder, what do you mean no viewers? Motherfucker, I'm watching on my secondary account. There has to always be at least one. What the fuck are you doing, YouTube? Anyway, YouTube's full of shit right now. But may I have made a hasty judgment on that, chat? How much do you think Spider-Man going bonkers will help Doomsday? I mean, I never thought it wouldn't help Doomsday. I'm just of the opinion that Doomsday has a fuck ton of baggage that Spider-Man, again, somehow manages to avoid. To be fair, the Avengers were still making way more money, even more than Spider-Man pre-Brand New Day. Yes. But we haven't had an Avengers movie since Endgame. Which is also part of the problem. They used to end every phase with an Avengers movie. Now we're only ending the whole fucking saga with an Avengers movie. It's going to help a lot. I agree. What the hell is wrong with the back end? Oh, there we go. Do you think it's going to help it enough to where it ends up making more than Spider-Man? Great momentum has been building since Thunderbolts, and Brand New Day just raised it to a feverish pitch. At least for right now. We'll see what they do at D23 next weekend. The only thing that Doomsday has to be a good movie. Yes. But I have no doubt that it'll be a good movie. Okay. Damn. I'll have to make that decision next week. But yeah, D23 is next weekend, and next Friday night is the Marvel panel. And who knows what they'll bring to that. Will they bring the noise and the juice more than they did at Comic-Con? I kind of hope so. I think they need to. Yes, Brand New Day is fucking smashing it. Yes, everyone now knows that Sadie is Jean Grey. So maybe, just maybe, we'll get some X-Men casting announcements. Like some more official ones. Because right now we only have 2 official. We have a Sadie Sink Jean, and we have a Samara Weaving Emma Frost. Expect Doomsday to make $2 billion, but slightly less than Spider-Man. Depends on trailers and advertising. Well, see, that's the thing, is we have one trailer, which is attached to Brand New Day. One publicly released one. There's still that Comic-Con one that if you wanted to see it without being in Hall H at the time, you had to catch the leak that happened about 45 minutes later. So if you didn't see that, you hit... No, Sadie Sink is Vecna. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we haven't gotten to see that shit officially. Will they do that at D23? I'm actually seeing some people out there saying no. I saw a report today that it has not been sent out to be dubbed, which means they are not planning a wide online release. Otherwise, it would be being dubbed. So unless we hear sometime between now and the beginning of next week that it has gone out to be dubbed, probably not getting that at D23 either, which I think is a mistake. You fucking edged us for 3 months or longer before finally giving us a trailer. And now it looks like you're fixing to edge us again, Marvel, and I don't like it. I mean, I understand there is a certain amount of timing to these things, especially if you only put out like the traditional 3 trailers. If you're only putting out the traditional 3 trailers, then the most logical time for the second one would actually be September, which I hate. That would be the appropriate time if they're doing the traditional 3 trailer thing. With the final trailer coming out after Thanksgiving. Possibly even, like last week of November, first week of December. Is when the final trailer should come out. Whatever number that happens to be, that should be when the final one comes out. Still, very disappointing if they do not release that bitch online after D23. Which again, it's not looking like they're gonna, which sucks. What the fuck are they gonna talk about? They'll probably have a little celebration for Brand New Day making all the money. That will get brought up. They'll probably talk about Doomsday a little bit. Maybe get some X-Men cast announcings, although I don't know about that either. I'm sure we'll get a Vision Quest trailer because that shit comes out October or November. October 14th. Is that a Wednesday? It is a Wednesday. All right. Also the day after my birthday. That'll be, yeah. Vision Quest premieres one day after I turn 51. Sorry. So I'm sure we'll get a trailer for that. That comes out literally 2 months after fucking D23. I'm sure we'll get a publicly released trailer for Vision. And if you've been in the den, you'll know that Josh claims to have seen it, and he said it's actually a good trailer. So I have a reasonable amount of hope for that. Twitter, someone said the writer stole the character from Vecna. What the fuck? Okay. Whatever. I mean, I can't really dispute that because I have not watched Stranger Things. I really can't speak to that one. Great chat, your time. I'm out of my planned subject because there wasn't really a whole lot to talk about, honestly. So what do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about Spider-Man money? You want to talk about Spider-Man movie? What do you want to talk about? I'll hang out for about 10 more minutes. I can dispute that by saying that Jean Grey's from a comic book from the 1960s. Yes, yes. Yeah, she's been around a lot longer than Vecna. That is for sure. Point well taken, Icarus. Point well taken. Will you stop it with Vecna? Actually, I'm just kidding. You don't have to. I get the idea of a running joke. Somehow Heather is still a running joke over in the den. But why I don't watch Stranger Things, I don't know. I just never got around to it. Pretty much. I like that the hand fight had layers to it and visual symbolism. Yeah, that was pretty dope. The hand fight at the DODC was pretty dope. Peter had to literally get through to Jean, literally and emotionally. That is correct. And using Aunt May to do it, I thought was pretty fucking cool. Did I start Vox Machina? Yeah, I started it. I kind of fell off it. I'm still only in season 2. I know, they just dropped season 4 not too long ago, right? Y'all caught up on Hot D? How y'all feeling about Hot D? I meant to ask that way earlier. He got through to Jean by getting through the hand soldiers. Then he finally had to get through to Jean emotionally. Yes. And then he had to take a 50 cal. I assume that yup is to my Hot D question. What do you think of the season so far? I'm kind of where I'm at on this season on Hot D, where I am on X-Men 97. They're setting the table, and then they're both down to needing to bring the fucking food at the finale. Because both their finales are next week. And then, oddly enough, the following Sunday is when Lanterns premieres. I don't know if we talked about this. Maybe I mentioned it on Saturday. But they're dropping Lanterns weekly at 9 p.m. on Sunday. Like it, they're trying to since all of us Game of Thrones people are trained to want to watch the newest episode of that shit on Sunday nights at 9, we're trained for that time slot to be appointment TV. So I see what they're fucking doing. They're trying to write a continuation of the time slot. They're playing the familiar card. They're playing the habit card with that shit. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'll tell you one thing: them doing that, we ain't doing no watch parties for Lanterns because I'm not streaming on a Sunday night. So that's kind of out the window. Of course, on the other hand, I may not even make it past the first episode. It just depends. Because I will always give something a shot, but if it doesn't do its job in the first episode or maybe two, then fuck that shit. I mean, both. Next, just up in 4 days, House of the Dragon season finale. In 7, X-Men 97 season 2 finale. And then 5 days after that, Lanterns premieres. Yep. So we will not be doing watch parties for Lanterns, but we will most assuredly be talking about it on Wednesday. Potentially. Okay, chat. I love you very much, but I'm tired. There ain't shit ton to talk about. So I do believe I am going to dip, as Justin would say. So I thank you for hanging out. I implore you to hit all the buttons that apply to you, which is the like button for everybody and the sub and the bell if you're new. You guys are dope. And I appreciate you a lot. So come on back Saturday at 10, where we'll talk about whatever comes up in the interim. Until then, love y'all. Bye. Visions? You mean the Ninth Jedi? Or is it actually Visions? I thought the Ninth Jedi is what just dropped. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Yeah, I will check that out eventually. I'm not like dying to go watch it immediately, but I will check it out. Because if I recall correctly, the Ninth Jedi was one of the episodes I appreciated the most. Actually, I don't even think I've watched any of the most recent season of Visions. I'm a little behind on that. But I'm 99% sure that I found the Ninth Jedi episode dope. I'll get to it. Anyway. Thank y'all for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Have a good rest of your week. Come on back Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. But until then, remember this. Wherever you're at, and whoever you're with, always keep it nerdy. Love you guys. See ya.